Hello, everyone. I haven't had much time to stream recently on this wonderful wild card weekend of the NFL. However, I do have time to post a battle. I think I'm going to stream next on Tuesday. If you want to check that out, you can follow me on Twitch and all that. But in the meantime, yeah, I do have time to post a battle. So yeah, let's go ahead into it, shall we? All right, this match is a random match between me and Terry0526, and for those who don't know, the random feature in Pokemon Showdown gives you a random team, similar to that of a roulette. Anyway, so I lead with Mienshao. He leads with a Deoxys. He gets a Deoxys as a lead. I go for the knockoff. Unfortunately, the Focus Sash triggers before I get to knock it off. I was thinking, hey, maybe the Focus Sash should be knocked off first. Unfortunately, no, that doesn't work like that. Yeah, I just set up Stealth Rocks. Obviously, he does end up switching. After setting up his own Stealth Rocks, he gets one to use his Deoxys as Death Fodder. But due to my Stealth Rocks, he's not going to be able to come back in safely. So he goes out to Mag Mortar, and as I go into Credilli, and yeah, I take the Thunderbolt pretty nicely, and I'm just going to go for the Curse, kind of predicting he might switch, because Credilli is a special, kind of a special wall thing. Anyway, he goes for his own knockoff, and that's going to knock off my leftovers, which is not particularly good, because I kind of need those to heal, every turn, and that'll help me set up, eventually. He ends up going for the Earthquake now, and unfortunately my Seed Bomb doesn't KO, and yeah, that's sad, although I do go for the other Seed Bomb, and that's going to kill Sandslash. He goes back into Mag Mortar here, and I'm just hoping I can live so I can recover, although he just goes for the Fire Blast, ends up getting a crit, obviously that's going to kill, and as I'm going to find out later, this thing is also Choice Specs, so it probably doesn't matter that he crit me, probably would have killed anyway due to the specs. As you can see, he 1-hit KO my Mienshao, and Mienshao isn't obviously the most offensive Pokemon ever, but that's still pretty impressive. So I go into Wigglytuff, and I'm thinking, oh crap, at this point I know this guy's specs, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I just have to hope I can survive. Wigglytuff is probably the bulkiest thing I have left. And I don't go for the Dazzling Gleam. I do survive, although I'm not going to survive my own Life Orb. Oh well. Yeah, so that really sucks. That Magmortar took out, like, 3 of my team. I go back into Ferrothorn as he goes out into his Swoobat. And, yeah, I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed. I kind of figured he'd switch, and he does go into Druddigon. And I'm just going to go for the Thunder Wave. I'm not really sure why Ferrothorn has it, but, yeah, I figured I would let him see what he does. I'm not really sure if Druddigon can learn any fire moves, but regardless, he ends up just going for the Dragon Tail. He ends up hurting himself in the long run. And I get, roared out into Mamoswine, which is pretty darn awesome for me, because I have super effective Ice Shard to hit him with. And, yeah. He ends up going into Deoxys, though. It's a pretty good play to just use it as Death Fodder, so none of his Pokemon have to take the Ice Shard. He goes right into Superior. All of his Pokemon are actually weak to Ice Shard at this point, so I'm kind of hoping I might be able to weaken them enough to sweep. Although he did make a good play, because he realized probably none of his team could take 2 Ice Shards. Anyway, so I go into Ariados against this Superior, and he ends up having the Hidden Power Fire, which is really unfortunate, and yeah, that is probably going to KO me at this point, and my Mega Horn doesn't quite do it, and that's just sad. Although I do survive the second Hidden Power, which was nice, and I do get to finish off the Superior with Poison Jab, so it's not all bad, although my Ariados is nearly almost dead. So yeah, he goes back into Swoobat here, and what do? I think I just stay in, basically hoping I might be able to outspeed, but I don't. And, yeah, I didn't want to get damage on anyone else like this Mamoswine. So, yeah, I go for the Ice Shard, and I'm hoping it will KO, but it doesn't. And as you can see, it does a Bound Half, and he goes for the Roost, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to be able to kill him. If he keeps spamming Roost, he's just going to be able to stall me, and I'm going to die to my own Life Orb. So that's the reason I switched, although he just goes for the Psychic, so I guess he didn't really like that either, so... Man, if I just continued going Ice Shard, that would have been probably a dead Swoobat, and now I feel bad. I feel dumb now. But I thought he would try to stall me out and, stall out with my Life Orb and all that. Anyway, so I go to the Ice Shard now, and, yeah, he is going to get off a Roost, and, yeah, at this point, obviously, he can probably just stall me out like I was fearing. Yeah, I go for another Ice Shard, didn't get a crit, which is pretty much my only chance at this point. He goes for the Psychic, I'm almost dead. And, yeah, I'm going to die to my own I'm going to die to my own Life Orb after killing the Swoobat with Ice Shard. He still has Druddigon, so he takes it, and, yeah, that sucks, but, just a random match. Mostly just for fun. Just get a bunch of Pokemon you don't usually use, and have a blast. I like random matches. Anyway, let me think of a good question of the day. Alright, guys, it's getting cold outside, at least, here in the United States, in, Pennsylvania. So yeah, simple question today: would you prefer warm or cold temperatures? I prefer cold temperatures. My wife prefers warm temperatures, and we often have this battle similar to Kyogre and Groudon, with me turning down the heat and she's turning up the heat, and I'm sweating and she's has winter clothes on, and yeah, just leave a comment about that. I thought it'd be interesting. Take care.